everyone. I am about to make some clusters for my journal. What you see me doing here is just cutting up scraps of cardstock and file folders, so just use whatever you have. I tend to save all my cut-offs if they're big enough so that I can use them for little things like this. I'm trying to use, scraps that are in the color scheme that I have in the journal, which are the blues and the teals and some of the creams and tans to kind of break things up, and maybe even greens, because that's all in the ocean colors. And I'm not going to talk through the whole thing because it's like 20 minutes long, and that's just too exhausting for me. I don't have that much to say. So hopefully you can see by just how I'm layering. I'm mixing music with text, and they're different colors of papers so that they kind of don't just all blend in together. And then I'm adding, colors, whether it's scraps of lace, scraps of that is gauze that I went ahead and dyed different colors. And I'm looking for small things for focal points, and I really didn't have a lot of small items to use as focal points. So I probably used a bunch of the stamps with the butterflies on them because those were in the color scheme. And I'm trying to add some small little ephemera pieces to build up layers. And then I try to stick something between the layers, either lace or that gauze, and it just helps separate the images, and lots of layers just look good to me. And I'm trying not to overthink. I'm just giving myself a quick second to see if that catches my eye, if I like it, and if it doesn't, then pick something else. That piece is a piece of fabric. I ripped off a piece and I just did a messy ruffle on the sewing machine. I like the messy ruffles because I like grunge. And I probably couldn't do a clean, straight ruffle without the help of a ruffle foot, which I have, but it goes to a different machine. So on that top left corner, I had crocheted a bunch of little doilies and little flowers that I was hoping to use in this journal. And I do use a couple of them on these clusters. They were able to fit. They were small enough and they matched. And that's fun. I like the whole process of making your things to go with the journal. I had bought, several doilies online, and they came in, and I'm like, well, I don't want to cut these up. And they weren't in the colors that I needed anyway, or the size. And then I remembered that, hey, I know how to crochet. And I looked on YouTube for, small flowers and small doilies, and that's just what I do in my downtime, is make a bunch of those to match my journals. And it's just another part of my creative process. And I like the thought that they're, all handmade and thought out and created for each journal. And that's just me. I will be cutting up some of the other doilies, and I found a bunch at an antique shop, doilies and napkins and lace. And it will be hard for me to cut them up, but I bought them, to cut up to put in the journals. And so I will force myself to do that. And so you just see me, I'm layering, adding more lace here and there, and buttons until I think it's cute enough. And then I move on to the next one. And the layering process is pretty much the same. I'll lay down, a piece of music. I'll lay down a piece of script text or book page text. And Then I'll start with the cotton gauze because I have a lot of those that I colored. Sometimes I'll grab the burlap, just whatever catches my eye when I grab that box. And, luckily I've been, collecting different colors and different widths of lace, and that gives me more options to use. And I look for the sales, and each month, and I'll order, things online and through AliExpress because that's what I can afford at the time. So you just buy what you like, and, you'll slowly get a stash so that you have more to choose from. And it won't be such a struggle to use what you have and think, oh, nothing will work. And it really will. Once you throw some scraps together and add the lace and buttons, it all turns out cute. So don't be hard on yourself and just have fun, because that's the whole point of making these, is just to have fun and something to do. So I am going to play some music now because my voice is already getting a little raw. And I hope you enjoy. I hope it gives you some ideas. I hope it shows you not to be afraid to just layer and keep layering until you like it. Put things catty corner, put them straight, put them however you like, have them hanging over the edges. Don't try to be perfect and neat, Just have fun, and you will have some glue on your fingers. And I hope you enjoy, and you have a great day, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.